From the heart of campus to communities across mid-Michigan, this is a special edition of Focal Point News. Tonight, we're stepping outside of East Lansing and into the stories shaping the places around us.
We can help, and if we can't save all of them, at least we can save some of them.
From small businesses making their mark,
I like to say I opened it by accident,
to community spaces bringing people together.
Find out how local organizations are working to share the power of books.
To local staples that have stood the test of time.
2 decades bringing professional.
Brings a lot of creativity to the culture here and makes us as a business constantly change and adapt.
We're taking you across cities, across stories, because across mid-Michigan, every community has a story to tell.
Good evening, Spartans. Thanks for joining us tonight on Focal Point News. I'm Brooklyn Burschel.
And I'm Layla Ellington. It's March 26th, and we have a special show for you tonight. We sent our reporters all across mid-Michigan to share stories beyond our campus.
Focal Point's Kennedy DeMars spent time in Eaton Rapids learning about how the rural workforce navigates each season. Kennedy?
We're just weeks away from farmers hitting the fields once again, but times have been challenging. For the second straight year, the amount of farmers filing for bankruptcy has climbed across the country. Here at home, one local farmer is keeping a close eye on the trend and trying to protect everything he owns. We take you now to Eaton Rapids.
Local farms will die if people don't.
Enter Zeke Thompson. He's a platoon sergeant for the Army National Guard, has been deployed around the world several times, and he's an Eaton Rapids farmer.
We have chickens. We sell eggs year-round pretty much. We have about 17 laying hens, so they lay 17 eggs a day. We can't eat 17 eggs a day. It was just a lot of long days.
Thompson owns 40 acres of land out of nearly 1,000 farms that make up Eaton County.
So we bought this 2 years ago, and it cost $500,000. And there's no way I could possibly do this without a very lucrative civilian.
Thompson grows cash crops, breeds pigs, and raises cows and chickens. Soon it will be planting season. The work is tiresome, but Thompson says it's all worth it. And while he's working on his homestead, he's actively protecting his country's home land.
Because I'm in the Army, but with a very lucrative, outside job. I'm an IT engineer for the U.S. government, so federal contractor.
Back on the farm, although farming isn't his full-time gig, Thompson gets a lot of business from the animals he raises.
It's called a brooder box, or not a brooder box, but
Although some seasons are slower than others, some months make the farming business boom.
Probably the busiest season we've had yet was last fall. The sweet corn was ready, we had the pigs here, and harvest was going on. So
Michigan farms are incredibly diverse. The state produces more than 200 commodities on a daily basis, such as cherries, blueberries, and beans. Farms like this contribute.
Thompson has to be strategic with his cash crops, and there's a reason why.
Because we don't have storage, because storage is super expensive. The other thing is the upfront cost of all the equipment. The equipment is
While Thompson leads his double life with increasing farming costs, he gets a lot of help from his neighbors.
But it helps the local farms tremendously if you just buy local produce off our farm stand.
Besides Thompson's farm, he also runs a farm stand during the summer where locals are welcome to pick up produce. Layla, Brooklyn.
Thanks, Kennedy. It's definitely important to support your local farmers, whether it's a farm in Eaton Rapids or an animal sanctuary in Grand Ledge. That's where Focal Point's Amy Cho takes us now.
Organizations like Mitten Misfits help ease the load.
Come here and see Mama. She said, I just want to be on camera.
Victoria Worthy has always loved animals.
She said, no cookie, Ma.
Whether it's sheep, horses, or goats.
We took in the goat.
While animal abuse rates are on the rise in Michigan, organizations like Mitten Misfits help ease the load.
Come here and see Mama. She said, I just want to be on camera.
Victoria Worthy has always loved animals.
She said, no cookie, Ma.
Whether it's sheep, horses, or goats.
We took in the goats, and then somebody said, hey, there's a donkey that needs a home. And so we got donkeys, and it just kept going from there.
The idea of a sanctuary started with bringing home foster dogs.
Then I was taking in hedgehogs and bunnies and all kinds of things in my home.
Now Victoria runs Mitten Misfits, a volunteer-driven farm sanctuary in Grand Ledge with her husband Bob.
It's gone. It's absolutely amazing, but it's a lot of work. And I couldn't do it without all of our volunteers, of course.
Mitten Misfits takes in many animals with various backstories, including animal cruelty cases and ones that were loved but given up.
We have animals here that come from like animal control, like cruelty cases and welfare cases where some people are mean to their animals, cruelty.
Within the past 4 years, data from Michigan State Police show that animal cruelty incidents have been rising in the state, from 480 cases in 2020 to nearly doubling that in 2024. Bob says the expense of properly caring for animals is taking a toll on people who struggle to make ends meet.
The animals, they're the ones that take the brunt of all this.
You guys are crazy.
Victoria says seeing these animals abused really affects her.
It's heartbreaking. Even for us, 2 of our miniature horses that were brought to us have to have dentals every 3 months.
Bob and Victoria say as much as they want to, they can't take every animal, and sometimes they have to make tough decisions.
If you run this place just based on emotion, you want to save everybody. Well, we can't, and that's really unfortunate.
There are steps people can take to help lower animal abuse and cruelty cases. Resources like Ingham County Animal Control and Shelter are available to report animal cruelty incidents directly on their website or by phone.
When you can afford these animals all this love and have people with a shared passion doing it, we can really make small miracles happen.
Mitten Misfits is continuously looking for volunteers and donations to keep up their work. Visit their Facebook page to see how you can help. Reporting in Grand Ledge, Amy Cho, Focal Point News.
Mitten Misfits is completely volunteer run and is always looking for more people to join their team. Find out more information on their website. From a farm in Eaton Rapids to an animal sanctuary farm in Grand Ledge, we head now to a farmer's market in DeWitt.
I'm Andrew Burns with Focal Point News here in DeWitt, and for over 20 years, the DeWitt Farmers Market has catered to the people of the Tri-County area. But with a new City Council decision, the Farmers Market is getting a new home.
Some vendors have been coming to the market for many years.
10 years.
Dave Wilson owns Wilson's Farm Fresh Meats and loves selling at the DeWitt Farmers Market.
And what we're trying to do is to keep people so they can buy locally fresh meat and know where the meat come from, to meet the farmer that helps take care of the animals and everything. And
what Dave is talking about is the City Council's approval of a new space for the market. DeWitt City Administrator Daniel Koss said that the council has been working on a project like this for a long time.
This project will be a half a block off of where we currently hold the farmers market, and we won't have to close any streets.
Moving from Main Street to a new home, the proposed open-air pavilion will go here on the corner of Scott and Jefferson, with construction ideally starting in June of this year.
We're going to build a new structure that will house about 20 to 25 vendors and some adjacent parking.
Koss continues to say that the community is very excited for this future construction.
it could end up being good for the market as far as some of the vendors will be able to maybe not have to set up canopies, and then when we have adverse weather, maybe, you know, be helpful for them and everything. Yep. It's fine with us, but we work out of a trailer where other people have got to, you know, they're working out of the back of their vehicle or something, and so they're out.
The goal for this project goes beyond just the farmers market.
We are intently looking at creating a social district, and this would be the commons area.
The new pavilion will be a catalyst for a new social district. DeWitt would become one of the first few towns in the Tri-County area to open one.
For those who look forward to the DeWitt Farmers Market every year, fear not. The new location is not set to break ground until June of this year. So for the summer of 2026, it will remain in its current location right here on Main Street of DeWitt. Reporting for Focal Point News, I'm Andrew Burns.
If everything goes to plan, Dan Cross said construction on the pavilion will hopefully begin around June 1st.
Coming up next, we take you to see how Mason is making moves to improve reading literacy in Michigan.
Then we'll take you to Williamston, where a small nonprofit theater is making big impacts.
And finally, we'll make a stop in Jackson, Michigan to see how an old museum is keeping railway history alive. All that right after the break.
All right, man, we'll watch this. It's gonna be sick. I'm watching, man. That's sick, dude. Hey, bro, give me one more chance. Just one more chance. All right. Maybe you're sick, man. Yeah, bro, low-key, I've been fighting off this gnarly cold. But I don't got health insurance, so I can't go see my trusted healthcare provider.
Bogus, man. You know, you could take advantage of one of your 3 free Olin healthcare visits.
My what?
Yeah, dude. Campus Health Services allow MSU students to get up to 3 free Olin Center visits per academic year, brother. As long as you make an appointment online at uhw.msu.edu. 2 crunches. Come on.
Students, do sicker flips. Don't let yourself get sicker. For illness and injury, make your Olin appointment online today.
As we continue bringing the stories of Mid-Michigan, we turn to a story about the fight to increasing reading literacy in children.
Focal Point's Micaiah Lawrence joins us in the Spartan newsroom with more. Micaiah?
Thanks, Brooklyn. March is Reading Month, and people around Michigan are looking to help improve what some are calling astronomically low literacy rates. Governor Whitmer's proposed Every Child Read plans would allocate $625 million towards childhood literacy efforts in the 2027 budget. I spent some time in the Mason community to learn about ongoing efforts to increase childhood literacy, and they start with books like these. Reading is fundamental.
It's such a foundational piece of education.
Especially in younger children.
The earlier we can get kids to build those literacy skills, the better they do.
Youth librarian Lindsay Anderson spends her time making sure children have access to resources in Mason.
We at the library are so excited that we can bring our expertise not only to the programs that we provide in March, but also we do a lot of school visits.
And it extends outside the schools.
If they are registered at a Mason public school, that gives them access to 5 items they can check out at any cattle branch.
All of this work is in hopes to improve literacy rates.
We know when reading is impacted and the skills are low, it affects their education achievement.
Literacy rates in the state of Michigan are still low. For example, 4th grade ranks at 44th in the U.S. in terms of these literacy rates, and that's why Governor Whitmer declared March as Reading Month.
We push literacy all year round, but March is such an exciting month.
From the library to public media, there are initiatives across mid-Michigan, and Robin Pizzo is at the heart of one.
We've given away over 40,000 of these, which is so incredible, and they have 2 free books, a ton of literacy activities, and supports for families to engage with community organizations.
Robin and her crew at WKAR Public Media put together reading kits and work with over 130 organizations to spread their resources.
We love making sure we are placing books in the hands of kids and providing high-quality, literature-rich programs that promote reading and the love of reading and fostering a community that really supports reading and writing.
They use their programming to promote early education.
With PBS Kids 24/7, all of our programming is like America's classroom.
Outside of PBS, they also have the Michigan Learning Channel, where anyone in the state can access it.
They have a wonderful wonderful show called Read, Write, Roar that teaches children very young from preschool up to 5th grade.
Both Robin and Lindsay know it takes time and resources.
There's so many foundational literacy pieces that can be built before kids can even read.
We need all hands on deck when it comes to helping children not only learn to read, but love to read.
They hope to be able to continue providing growth to their communities.
There are tons of organizations and community groups that are in the grassroots supporting children in their reading acquisition.
And show there's more resources.
Everyone tends to know that our bread and butter is story times. That's a huge thing that libraries have offered for many decades, and it's still the most important thing that we offer.
There are several things that can help increase children's reading skills.
It's never too early to start reading to your child. It's also never too early to talk to your child, play with them, sing with them, help them draw, even if it's just scribbles with a crayon. All of that helps them get ready to learn to read.
The best way to get kids reading is to you read, let them see you read, and not just always on screen, but actually putting a physical book in your hand.
And of course,
go to your local library.
It's a fight everyone has to contribute to.
Schools can't do it alone.
But as a former educator, Robin still has faith.
The power of books give me hope. They bring me such hope for this generation and all of the generations to come.
As some would say, it takes a village. And while some scores are trending in the right directions, overall proficiency ratings remain below pre-pandemic levels. During the last spring M-STEP, 4 out of 5 of these Mason school districts scored below 50% in English language arts. 3rd grade students across the state recorded the lowest scores in 10 years. Brooklyn and Layla, back to you.
Thanks, Micaiah. Those working to improve children's reading skills encourage the 5 reading practices: reading, writing, talking, playing, and singing.
These activities build the literary muscles children need to become strong readers.
A small theater in mid-Michigan has been a staple for nearly 2 decades, bringing professional performances to a local stage. The Williamson Theater has grown into a cultural hub for the region, connecting audiences with live storytelling and local artists. Focal Point's Audrey Pelzik takes us behind the curtain to show us how the theater started and why its mission still matters today.
When we originally started the Williamson Theater, for me personally, I was looking to create more work for myself. But in the process of doing that, we've created work for hundreds of professional theater artists in Michigan for the last 19 years.
Emily Sutton Smith co-founded the Williamson Theater back in 2004. She says choosing Williamson wasn't accidental.
Williamson has a lot of great assets. We knew that being close to a major university was going to be a really good thing. We're close to a major city in Lansing, and Williamson offered a very unique downtown setting.
Instead of large stages and big casts, Emily says they emphasize smaller productions that make the storytelling feel more personal.
Space, it's only 112 seats. So when someone is crying or laughing or, you know, any number of other things, they're really steps away from our audience members. So it's a very different theatrical experience.
Over the years, the theater has become an important part of the area's arts community.
There are lots of stages, but not enough for all the people who want to be actors.
Emily says live theater still offers something audiences can't experience anywhere else.
There's nothing like live theater. It is, it's immediate, it is very human, and I think in today's society, that is more and more important and essential.
Emily says the goal has always been simple: to bring powerful stories to a small stage while bringing community together. In Williamston, I'm Audrey Pelzik, Focal Point News.
The Williamson Theater next performance is Bad Books, with tickets available online and at the box office. And now from Williamston, we head south to Grass Lake.
I'm Liam Clymer here at Grass Lake's Lost Railway Museum, where transportation history isn't lost, it's preserved. Tom Nolte believes in the power of hands-on learning.
The kids love it.
As the museum's facilities manager, he helps curate the guest experience.
Do what you can to make it as interactive as possible, but not tacky.
And while climbing aboard decommissioned trolleys goes a long way to excite guests.
The folks who see it for the first time are just going, that is fascinating.
He hopes they leave with something more than excitement. An appreciation for the advancements that moved their community forward.
Jackson grew on the railroad. Detroit grew on the railroad. Grand Rapids grew off the railroad. A lot of towns in Michigan got their growth from the railroad systems.
In the early 1900s, trolley lines like the Boland Express route from Grass Lake to Jackson connected rural areas to big cities for leisure and entertainment.
This was a real excellent source of transportation for a lot of people.
That is, until the automotive scene in Detroit exploded.
It's not too surprising to see how it might fade away.
Nolte says the convenience of personal vehicles outweighed other factors.
You could go to Jackson whenever you wanted to. You didn't have to wait for anybody else's schedule.
But for some, there's a fascination with the former rail hub that was Jackson.
Keeping history alive, it's just a nostalgia kind of thing.
And while I may be walking through rail history, rail isn't history to everyone. Right in the heart of Jackson stands a testament to its rail roots.
I do appreciate it very much. There's a lot of history here.
Dave Peck is the Amtrak caretaker for Jackson Station. He says he gets to work somewhere truly special.
The longest continuous running station, I believe, in the U.S.
And over his time there, Peck says he's encountered all kinds of folks with one thing in common.
There's still a lot of people that prefer to travel by rail.
Be it for accessibility or just a change of pace, he says he sees a need for the system.
Something that needs to be kept and actually improved upon.
And while some people may be ready to move on with transportation, here in Jackson, the old railway station is standing strong. I'm Liam Clymer, Focal Point News.
Jackson Station certainly has seen a lot of history over its record-breaking operational run. In fact, it was the site of murder in the 70s by infamous rail serial killer Rudy Bledel.
Coming up next, our journey across mid-Michigan continues.
We'll head to Okemos to check on whether malls are making a comeback. Then we take you to East Lansing, exploring how businesses stay afloat during the slow times.
And then we move further east to Lansing as we take you inside a Black woman-owned business that's thriving.
Cheers.
Yeah! So much fun.
Oh my god. What? Ellie's so gone.
Hey, wake up.
Ellie.
Okay, I'm gonna call 911.
No.
If you do that, we're all gonna get in trouble.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Do you wanna go to jail?
But she needs help.
It's fine. We can take care of her. We'll just bring her to bed and watch her.
Fine.
I think she should be fine if we go to sleep. Okay.
Okay.
Ellie! Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Buildings on campus and resident halls won't be the only place missing students.
Focal Point's Kelly Gavkin joins us live from Harper's Bar with a story on how businesses get creative to survive the slow times. Kelly?
That's right, Brooklyn. I'm here inside of one of East Lansing's most popular bars, Harper's Restaurant and Brew Pub. The downtown area bars and restaurants heavily rely on students. I spoke with owner Harper Riley to talk about what makes a business thrive in a college town.
University, a lot of these businesses wouldn't be in East Lansing. It brings a lot of creativity to the culture here and makes us as a business constantly change and adapt.
Some of those businesses have been part of the community for decades. Azteco first opened in 1976, while Harper's Restaurant and Brewery has been a downtown staple since 1997.
There's a lot of bars and restaurants in this area in a short little couple block radius, but I'm the type of person I love competition. I think it makes it greater for everybody.
Students, like Jesse, say the variety of spaces downtown is part of what makes East Lansing unique.
I think it has a very different vibe than a lot of the places on Grand River. It offers a place for families and students to gather. You can drink there, you can eat there, especially at night. It has kind of that nightlife aspect without actually going inside of a bar. You can just kind of sit with your friends, hang out.
Running a business in a college town like East Lansing comes with challenges, such as constant competition. But businesses like Haraz here are thriving, raising questions about what it really takes for a business to survive here.
Mostly everyone that comes in here is studying for exams, or like a lot of people like to read books or like blog.
With thousands of students walking through Grand River every day, foot traffic plays a big role in business success, such as for Harper's.
All the students and all the people that walk to class, and I feel like a lot of people like to get coffee or like a little breakfast or like a little lunch after class.
But students say price can also affect where they choose to spend their money.
A lot of the stuff on Grand River can be a little bit pricey, especially considering that we're students. We don't have all this money to spend on nice cafes every single day, and we have dining options on campus.
To stand out, some businesses offer unique products or experiences.
Our coffee is imported from Yemeni, so it's like very different. We have lots of like Middle Eastern options.
Business owners say working with city leaders is another important part of operating in a college town.
City leaders change, they fluctuate, and with that comes new policies and new enforcement initiatives and things like that. So I think the biggest challenge for us is maintaining that clear path of communication with the city.
City officials such as Izzy say they hope to continue expanding downtown with more shops and retail options.
We really want downtown to be a place where people can go and go shopping and pick up a birthday present and just shop around if you've never been in town.
3, 2, 1, you're live.
And now joining me live is Harper Riley. What's your secret to keeping Harper so popular?
Well, it's relationships first and foremost, and there's 3 parts to that. You have community, customers, and employees, and without those 3 elements and building those relationships and nurturing them throughout time, you won't have long-term success. And go green.
Go white. Thanks, Harper. Back to you, Layla in Brooklyn.
Malls across the country are closing and storefronts are empty. Here locally, Meridian Mall in Okemos is finding new ways to bring in customers and different types of businesses. Focal Point's Kendra Conley shows us how third spaces are starting to pop up in local malls.
Across social media, a quick search on Michigan malls shows closed storefronts and empty hallways. In mid-Michigan, Focal Point News found a different story.
When I went to Woodland, it was busier than I've ever seen it.
This specific mall is more healthy than a lot of malls in America right now.
A recent CNBC article says that one reason for a resurgence could be that malls are repurposing anchor stores.
Now we've expanded and added 6,000 square feet to our...
Bringing in people from the entrances to the enclosed mall spaces.
We get a lot of people that come and walk the mall, which is good. Like, people are walking, people are coming to the mall.
Schuler Books is now one of those anchor stores, with its new entrance bringing in more foot traffic since their recent move to an anchor spot.
You know, this is a retail outlet, but it does sort of fulfill the function of that third space where you can go and buy a soda and sit in the cafe for 2 hours and use the Wi-Fi.
According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, Gen Z shoppers are boosting the recovery for shopping malls across the nation.
I feel like malls are really important. I really like the malls, and I hope that they don't go downhill.
I feel like it's kind of been less and less over the past years, but I have like fond memories from when I was a child growing up there. So.
Another experience-based third space, called Launch, has brought the entertainment to Meridian Mall.
I started school in '94, and so this was definitely the hot spot.
Trampoline park, laser tag, arcade, and more.
There obviously weren't trampoline parks or high caliber here, so it's a different vibe for sure.
From Schuler Books to Launch, it's clear that malls need to find new third spaces in order to survive.
So just more variety of stores.
I wish they had more of the small businesses, to be quite honest.
Usually my friends just want to hang out without like having to buy anything, because you can just walk around in a mall, and it's really.
I'm Kendra Conley in Okemos for Focal Point News.
I don't know about you, Layla, but my favorite form of self-care is cuddling up with a good book.
For me, self-care is all about looking my best, because they say when you look your best, you can do your best. I got to learn about a spot in the capital area that helps you do just that, all while being woman-owned.
On the west side of Lansing sits a small business. If you drive by it, you just may miss it.
So I like to say I opened it by accident. It really wasn't part of the plan.
Lauren Cumberbatch opened this location of Skin Studio 211 a couple years ago, becoming the first Black woman to open a spa in the area.
It's honestly a shocker because it's 2026, so to be the first in downtown East Lansing is somewhat kind of crazy.
But for Lauren, opening this space was about more than starting a business.
So I have my esthetician kit and my esthetician license, and I said I'm just going to open up a room, and as I opened up that one room, it just grew bigger than I thought, so I just been doing this.
According to the U.S. Small Business Association, nearly 40% of business owners in Michigan are women, 13th highest in the country, but there's a lot of pressure.
But it means a lot. It just makes me really realize that I have a huge weight on me, and to always make sure I'm doing my best and present myself in the best form.
She's also concerned about her employees and making sure they carry out what makes her business unique.
This business is women-owned, women-led, like it's a team of women.
Cumberbatch's eyes are set on growing the reach of her business. With 3 locations already, she has some ideas in mind of where to set up shop next.
5 to 10 years. I really want to open one in Detroit and just keep opening them up, honestly.
Cumberbatch says she hopes Skin Studio 211 continues to build confidence in her clients, while also encouraging women to pursue a career in beauty. In Lansing, Layla Ellington, Focal Point News. You can book an appointment with Lauren and her staff through their social media or visit their website for more information.
And in one last piece of Mid-Michigan news today, some of our team members here at Focal Point attended the Michigan Association of Broadcasters Student Awards.
We're proud to announce not only did many of our members of the cast and crew take home awards, but Focal Point News won Station of the Year for the 8th year in a row.
It's an octopede!
But in all earnestness, we want to thank viewers like you for tuning in every week and offering your support.
Thank you, truly. That concludes our show tonight. Thank you for joining us.
We hope you learned something new about the different communities in Mid-Michigan, and we'll see you next time on Focal Point.